Welcome to The Explainer. All right, let's just dive right into this because Sunday night at the World Cup gave us one of the most unbelievable emotional whiplashes we've seen in recent football history. We are talking about a truly historic, monumental high for the English national team, which was instantly followed by a shocking, honestly bizarre low. It's this crazy story of incredible resilience on the pitch, combined with a total freak accident off it. So, you really have to wonder, how does a historic World Cup victory end with someone on a stretcher? I mean, picture the scene for a second. The final whistle has just blown. The adrenaline is absolutely pumping. The away fans are totally delirious, and the players are experiencing that pure, unfiltered euphoria of a massive win. But right in the middle of this huge post-match celebration, the cheers suddenly turn into frantic shouts for medics. A beloved veteran player, a real leader of the squad, isn't jumping for joy anymore. He's being rushed away to a hospital. To understand how this completely bizarre contrast actually happened, we've got to rewind and look at the intense crucible that set the whole stage. Section 1, the Azteca Epic, a historic win on foreign soil. To really grasp the sheer scale of the celebrations that followed, you have to understand the monumental stakes of this match. England was facing the host nation, Mexico, right at the legendary Azteca Stadium. We're talking incredibly hostile territory, deafening noise, just immense pressure. Yet, they pulled off a historic 3-2 victory. And the timeline of this match was a total roller coaster. The first half, an absolute showcase of pure English attacking brilliance. Jude Bellingham was playing like a man possessed, netting 2 crucial goals, backed up by a super cool penalty from captain Harry Kane. But then, the second half brings this massive plot twist. VR intervenes and Jamel Kwanzaa gets shown a red card. Suddenly, the momentum violently swings. The safety net is completely gone and England is down to 10 men. It was a stark, brutal contrast from that point on. On one hand, you have a 10-man England squad, totally exhausted, their lungs just burning in that high altitude of Mexico City. And against them, a desperate, unrelenting Mexican attack, throwing absolutely everything they have at the English goal. For the final 30 minutes, it was a grueling, agonizing siege. But England actually managed to repel attack after attack, holding on literally by the skin of their teeth to secure that historic win. The sheer physical and emotional toll of surviving that kind of onslaught, well, that's exactly why the post-match release was so explosive. Section 2, the Wonderwall mishap, from celebration to medical emergency. So, the tension finally breaks. The final whistle blows, the players have survived the siege, and the relief is just palpable. The euphoria completely takes over. But the exact sequence of events that turned a triumphant sing-along into a sudden medical emergency is almost hard to believe. Step 1. A few minutes after full time, the exhausted but ecstatic England squad heads over to their bank of fans behind one of the goals. Step 2. They join the supporters for what has become this really cherished post-match tradition, a passionate collective rendition of the Oasis classic, Wonderwall. It's a beautiful moment, right? Real connection between the team and the fans. But then comes Step 3. According to England defender Dan Burn, right in the middle of all the jumping and the singing, veteran midfielder Jordan Henderson trips. He falls awkwardly over an advertising board. In a split second, that entire bubble of joy is just completely punctured. The reality of the situation set in shockingly fast. All that jubilation quickly faded as really stark, sobering television pictures showed Jordan Henderson being stretchered off the pitch. The contrast literally couldn't have been sharper. One minute he's celebrating one of the greatest wins in his country's history, and the very next he's immobilized, in obvious distress, and being carried away by medical staff while his teammates just look on in complete shock. Section 3. The aftermath and legacy. Facing the consequences. So the dust settles on the Azteca, but the consequences of that fall immediately cast a long, dark shadow over the victory. The team had to pivot so fast, from celebrating this historic win to facing the stark reality of losing a crucial piece of their squad. And the sheer bewilderment of the situation was captured perfectly by England's manager, Thomas Tuchel. He came out and said, he injured his wrist, he is at the moment in the hospital. It is a quite serious injury. It just doesn't fit to the evening. You can hear the shock in Tuchel's statement. He had just navigated this incredibly tricky, highly stressful matchup, done all his media duties, and then boom, the team doctor hits him with this grave news. It's that feeling of severe whiplash again, a massive triumph, heavily tainted by a complete freak accident. The immediate logistical fallout from this was jarring, literally fracturing the team. Henderson is forced to remain behind in a Mexico City hospital, accompanied by just a single England staff member. Meanwhile, the rest of the squad has to pack up and fly all the way back to their training base in Kansas City, Missouri. That physical separation is such a harsh reminder of how quickly the landscape of a major tournament can flip. The team is moving forward geographically and competitively, sure, but they are leaving a massive piece of their core behind in Mexico. And to understand exactly why the separation matters so much, you just need to think about the number 4. Just days prior to this Mexico clash, in the final group stage match against Panama, Jordan Henderson actually made history. By stepping onto that pitch, he became the very first England men's player to ever appear in 4 World Cups. 4. That is a massive testament to his longevity, his incredible resilience, and his immense value to the national team over more than a decade. You simply cannot buy that kind of tournament experience. And the thing is, even when he isn't playing, his presence is completely undeniable. I mean, Henderson actually remained on the bench for the match against Mexico, but he wasn't just sitting there quietly watching. No way. He was so intensely involved, so fiercely passionate about defending his teammates and trying to manage those chaotic closing stages that he actually got issued a yellow card from the sidelines. It's such a perfect anecdote, really. It shows his deep passion and enduring leadership. He is the vocal heartbeat of that squad, fighting for every single inch, whether he's wearing boots or a training bib. Which brings us to the ultimate question facing Thomas Tuchel and his squad right now. How is this sudden loss of veteran leadership going to impact England's Kansas City camp and the World Cup future? Can a relatively young squad properly navigate the high-pressure knockout stages without their most experienced voice in the locker room? It's a completely unexpected hurdle in what was supposed to be a purely joyous moment. Well, thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. If you want to keep unpacking all the fascinating, unexpected stories from this tournament, make sure to like and subscribe for more. I'll see you next time.